One of the base game's main endings got some major love in the form of Midra, Lord of Frenzied Flame, and he alone does not pay service to the lore and spectacle of the Frenzied Flame ending, no. He has an entire massive area with several notable unique qualities to it, namely that it's a goddamn horror show. My thoughts on Midra remain quite mixed, more mixed perhaps than I am on any other boss in Shadow of the Erdtree. The design? 10. Lore? 10. Region, legacy dungeon, build-up, overall presentation? Yeah, probably a 10. What do you mean my horsey can't come? He's too afraid? Okay, yeah, it doesn't get much better than this. But then they threw in winter lanterns from Bloodborne, and it got even better. Midra himself, however, much like the Abyssal Woods, struggles in one important way: the gameplay. Now don't get me wrong, I don't think this fight is bad at all. It's really cool, and Midra has a ton of moves rich in both spectacle and creativity. But I think he lacks pretty significantly in the complexity and difficulty of his moveset, particularly when compared to the absolute behemoths that came before and after him, like Mesmer, R'hllana, and Bale. For a literal Lord of Frenzied Flame, such a horrifying and chaotic concept now embodied by a terrifying looking little demon creature, I was surprised by how tame the fight played out. Yes, there's madness, massive flames, he pulls a giant greatsword out of his head, transfigures it, and then beats the hell out of us with it. Wait, why don't I like this fight again? I do like this fight. I just find it an odd choice to make this guy, of all people, have a very methodical and flowy moveset as opposed to something more representative of the Frenzied Flame he has given himself up to. I think this fight is an excellent example of a sort of second-hand love this series is so great at. While fighting him, I thought he was just okay. Solid, but little more. But as time has gone on, I've found my thoughts wandering to him. I've thought about who he was, the area he lived in, the world around him, and the memory of him has become stronger and stronger in my mind with every passing day. Even if you don't dive headlong into the lore, there is still enough present in this fight to evoke powerful feelings. But if you're either an incredibly astute and thorough explorer, or you research lore elsewhere, then you'll see how much of a rich tapestry Midra and everything surrounding him truly is. I said that his gameplay was much like his region, the Abyssal Woods. The aesthetic here is wonderful. The uniqueness of not having torrent and how empty this place is wonderful conceptually, but not exactly amazing to play through. Wandering through this forest, stumbling across precious little, being annoyed to death by these bitches and wondering where the hell I was supposed to be going since I was too stupid and never noticed the trail leading into the mansion wasn't exactly giggly fun. I liked this area while I was playing it, but it had nothing on the true top tier areas in both the DLC and the base game. But now, decently removed from all things Elden Ring, I think this area is one of my favorite regions in all of Shadow of the Erdtree. Now, while I'm not actually playing it. And that's pretty cool. Some experiences are wonderful in the moment, but fleeting, and everything regarding this Frenzied Flame lore is the exact opposite. But for more on the fight itself, I do actually like it quite a lot. The cutscene is great, elevated even more so by the scarcity of these in Shadow of the Erdtree. But even if the DLC were laden with them, I still reckon this one would stand out as one of the best. The brief first phase is an amazing way to show how piteous and frail Midra has become before he gives in to the Frenzied Flame to end his suffering. Brought on by the Hornsent impaling him with a golden greatsword, and now you. Slashes, thrusts, and stabs from his nail, plus some lovely whirly spins make up the brunt of Midra's moveset, plus a shit ton of flames. The fire he shoots from his head in either a spurting arc or a single laser beam builds up the madness meter, which, when fully procced, removes a chunk of your HP and FP while rooting you in place for a solid moment, essentially allowing him a free hit or two. The cadence of his combos are honestly super tricky when you're first learning the timing. They're designed to roll catch you, and yeah, they work pretty darn well. Oh, and he can also impale you down the top of your fucking head with his golden greatsword, which is a lot like Mesmer's impaling spear thrust, in that you can't really get mad that it hit you since it looks so cool. Kind of a shame that it doesn't do 90% of your health bar like Mesmer's, because when I get hit with it, I wanted to just put my controller down and watch the animation play out. He makes Ishin really proud by coating the arena in flames, and the bright color and dance to their animation bring a lot of visual flair to the fight. Probably more than I've been giving it credit for, and I have been giving it a lot of credit. It's just extra worth noting that this truly is an incredible looking fight. Midra is pretty cool. I like him. I don't think I love him just yet, but I could see that changing the more times I fight him and the more time I spend in his domain learning about his lore, since I do wholeheartedly love those things already. If you like this kind of stuff and you want to help support the channel, then please subscribe. It goes a super long way, truly. And let me know down below who you think I should talk about next. Ramana, Putrescent Knight, maybe Radon himself? I'm rooting for Midra. I hope the next time I play this DLC, he elevates himself into the same tier as people like Mesmer and R'hllana, and I wouldn't put it past the little orange guy.